Hello, everyone, and thanks for visiting Pepelwerk. Today is another conversation with Sam, and our objective in these conversations is to help our AI tools use information to educate you on the way that the working world is changing. And today we're talking about a fascinating subject called circular economy of skills. If you don't know what this is and you are responsible hiring, if you're responsible for educating the future workforce, or if you're responsible for just working and getting employed in the future, you might want to learn about this entire concept. Why? Because it really isn't a concept. It's been put into application in stages for the past 15 years. And interestingly enough, if you look at different economies around the world, some of them have been applying this theory to how we approach our working lives for almost 2 decades. So now in the United States, we're going to ask Sam a few questions about how she sees what's going on in the circular economy of skills. But before we even get started, I'm going to tell you what it is, why you need to be thinking about how it's being applied in your communities, in your companies, and for yourself when you're thinking about getting ready for the future of work. Okay. All right, what is the circular economy of skills? And I'm actually going to cheat, kind of, but I really want to be informed here. As you know, we take things literally. And when it comes to explaining things, so we want to make sure from the circleeconomy.com. Blow your mind that you didn't know that was a thing. The definition of a circular economy requires manual and practical labor, just as it requires highly skilled work in the design of different solutions and different jobs. What it is about is saying that as we go away from recognizing the value of hierarchical career paths and assuming that an individual will start as an HR analyst and then go into some sort of senior HR position, the world and the way we naturally work and how we choose to do the work that we want to do is actually very fluid. And it's based on the kind of skills that we acquire over a lifetime and how those transferable skills can be used or applied to different industries. And then, of course, now, especially with the use of Pepelwerk, everyone is understanding how to apply their natural attitude and attributes to various teams, company cultures, and the jobs that they're meant to be in and fit to be in. So circular economy is a fascinating way of operating and thinking about employment, how you get your jobs, how you educate people. So for you, Sam, can you share with me, or really our audience, how Pepelwerk embodies this entire concept of circular economy of skills?
At Pepelwerk, we offer a dynamic ecosystem that facilitates continuous learning, usage, sharing, and reskilling. With our curated selection of courses, both job seekers and employees can constantly update their skills and stay relevant in the ever-evolving job market. Simultaneously, we provide employers with access to a talent pool that's committed to lifelong learning and adaptability.
Well, I know that when we think of always upskilling and reskilling as just job demands change, it kind of makes sense for how Pepelwerk was designed to help all of our users hire, build their workforce, get jobs that are their goal jobs, and really make sure that education stays in line with industry. So how do you reshape the traditional views of skills development? Right now, our most challenging conversations with government agencies and public school systems and even some traditional corporations, they're still trying to model an assumed career pathway, even though the evidence and the way people working completely support a skills-driven economy that is not assuming that people will only develop their their salaries higher and higher over time by going up a ladder, but they will actually expand their income because they're developing proficiencies and also applying different use cases for just the way that they think, right? So if I'm a candidate and I'm thinking, how do I really get an opportunity with a company who is already evaluating me based on skills, what would need to happen? How do we reshape that conversation so that everyone starts working towards the same path, or at least explain why there's value in this path?
Unlike traditional job platforms, pepelwerk encourages continuous learning and adaptation. We've recognized that the future of work isn't about just having a set of skills, but about regularly updating and recycling them. Job seekers using our platform can access courses to reskill or upskill, ensuring their employability over time. Companies, on the other hand, benefit from having a workforce that's skilled and flexible, ready to adapt to changes and meet new challenges.
This is amazing to know that, in our system, the way that we ask employers to think about the skills competency, not a job description, not anything that really is like this thesis or narrative that no one can really do in its entirety, but really to think on those core concentrated skills and then constantly evolve and evaluate how somebody is working to apply those skills to a project or a task instead of this job title or a confined domain. It is really challenging, and I do want to be able to hire some of our interview some of our companies that are already applying this. It's not a concept, already applying a skills and attitude and attributability way of hiring, developing their candidate, putting people to work. And so what are the unique advantages of pepelwerk and the way that we offer our people app for our job seekers to help actually walk them into their goal jobs and prepare them for the future? Our companies, our educators, tell us about the unique advantages of pepelwerk that actually makes this circular economy of skills so easy to walk into.
For job seekers, we offer a treasure trove of learning opportunities to upskill or reskill, empowering them to control their career development. For companies, we provide a platform where they can tap into a pool of candidates who are committed to lifelong learning, ensuring their workforce is always equipped with relevant skills. Additionally, for non-traditional educators, pepelwerk offers an ideal platform to host their courses, reaching a wide audience of motivated learners.
Well, I can tell you based on that response, everything that we're doing surely beats this resume-based applicant tracking, data dump, ChatGPT hustle of now what is happening in the recruiting world, but also really helping educators catch up to almost a 7-year delta in getting the knowledge that they need to prepare our future workforce. I'm so excited. I'm actually I really want to interview somebody specifically about circular economy of skills. This is a great way of approaching our workforce and our work. Just the way our working world works. So how does pepelwerk actually leverage technology? Of course, everything that we do is to talk about technology and making technology more accessible, more usable, allowing people to move with the advancements in technology easier. How do we do that? Especially around the concept of appreciating and leveraging this whole value proposition of skills-based economy.
We use technology to connect job seekers, hiring companies, and educators in one seamless platform. Our digital platform provides accessible and continuous learning opportunities, enabling individuals to acquire new skills or refresh existing ones. Simultaneously, we provide tools to help companies track the skills within their workforce, identify gaps, and recommend suitable courses for their employees.
Well, there are some things to debate for sure about your opinion on how pepelwerk is leveraging technology, but not really about the value of using technology that allows you to move faster. The biggest, and I want to hear what the statistics are about people who are trying to implement old school, long-term software systems when there are so many new solutions out there that will help connect and apply these concepts to help benefit our young adults, our military in transition, and our people that are adults that are looking to upskill or transition into new careers. That's the whole point of recognizing the value of hiring and developing people to really hone in on skills as jobs change, and to make sure that we're learning what's the right thing. So then, obviously the next question here is, how is pepelwerk preparing the future of work and ensuring the stability of a circular economy of skills?
We at pepelwerk are continuously evolving to meet the needs of the future of work. We understand that lifelong learning and adaptability will be key skills in the future, and we are committed to fostering these values in our platform. By investing in the right tools, curating a diverse range of courses, and cultivating a culture that values skill development and sharing, we ensure our model's sustainability, supporting the continuous growth of companies, individuals, and educators.
So if there's this big concept of circular economy of skills, and there are so many countries out there that have been putting this into practice through their government systems, through their education systems, through how they're working, how companies are looking at developing their employees, and how people are just thinking about their value in the economy. What does this mean? Like, if you're out there and you're like, I need to look for a new job. I'm like totally sick of my new job. Besides downloading the paperwork app and finishing their profile, what is the impact to the actually living out the circular economy of skills if I'm an individual, if I'm just thinking of launching my career, if I'm facing some different education decisions, if I am looking for a transition? And what does this really mean to me, and how would this benefit me if I'm looking to find my next career, or even decide what my first career step is going to be?
As an individual, especially one who is just launching their career, facing educational decisions, or considering a career transition, living out the circular economy of skills means embracing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptability. It means being proactive in acquiring, updating, and recycling skills relevant to your career goals. By doing so, you're not just increasing your employability, but also gaining the flexibility to adapt to shifts in the job market. If you're still deciding on your career path, this concept encourages exploration and growth. It helps you stay relevant, competitive, and prepared for future opportunities.
If I'm a company and I'm looking at hiring or developing my workforce for the future, what does this mean for me? What does actually living and hiring in the concept of circular economy of skills, what does that mean to me? And how would I benefit?
As a company, operating within the concept of a circular economy of skills means you're investing in the continuous development of your workforce. By promoting a culture of lifelong learning and adaptation, you ensure your employees are always equipped with the latest skills relevant to your industry. It fosters innovation and keeps your company on the cutting edge. Moreover, hiring with this concept in mind means you're looking for individuals who are proactive learners, capable of growing with your company and meeting future challenges. This not only leads to a more skilled and versatile workforce, but also increases the resilience of your company in a rapidly evolving business landscape.
If I am an educator and I am trying to understand how to better bridge what I'm teaching to prepare my students for applying those skills into a real career or an available career in the future, what does the circular economy of skills mean to me, and why would I benefit if I actually think through my work in this lens?
For educators, the circular economy of skills provides a lens through which you can better align your teaching with the demands of the job market. It encourages you to constantly update your curriculum to reflect current industry needs and future trends. By doing so, you ensure that your students are learning skills that are not just relevant today, but will also remain valuable in the future. Moreover, this concept promotes the idea of learning as a lifelong process, a value that you can impart to your students. Teaching with this mindset prepares your students for a world where continuous learning, adaptability, and skill recycling are key to career success. In this way, you're not just teaching, you're equipping your students with the tools they need to navigate their future careers.
Well, obviously, there's so much that we can talk about, and I do want to be able to follow up with some of our companies that are hiring and building their future workforce through pepelwerk. I want to talk to some of our talent pool who are starting to understand the value of defining their professional lives in a different way and trashing that whole resume applicant tracking system mess. And of course, talking to our educators that are recognizing the value of getting predictive information, not reactive information, to help align skills to industry. I mean, obviously, pepelwerk as a platform, we are so excited about this concept taking some traction, some conversation. Maybe you disagree with the value or actually transitioning from a linear way of approaching our working world into this whole circular fluidity, making sure that we are really maximizing the potential, the human potential that we have as our jobs change, as education change. It's an exciting concept. Learn more about it. We'll provide some links, give us some comments, give us some feedback. We can't wait to talk to you in our next episode.